The droids now took flight to Camino, and these were all that were left. And yes, I'm using an AI voice for this. The droids were gonna ask the Kaminoans to build a droid army for them, but they found a pit droid who wanted to speak to 9. 9 followed pit droid, thinking about the fact that he was near the edge. Then the pit droid straight up ran at 9 and pushed him off, along with killing himself. Boba Fett and Greedo flew in and asked the droids to surrender or he would kill the gunks. Commander Droid told him he would never. Boba Fett was being hit and Greedo did nothing to help.
Alright, I'm gonna do the rest in my voice. Anyway, so Commander Droid was trying to run from him, but Boba Fett had other plans and shot down Commander Droid's ship. It was gone, reduced to ashes, and the gonks were trying to run. Boba Fett shot a rocket thing there, and he collected the studs. Then Commander Droid decided to run and leave his friends behind, because that's how cowardly Commander Droid is. He found a clone as well. And the clone realized, wait, that droid? Shot the clone down, and then these guys arrived. Which is bad, because the Commander Droid is starting to run, just starting to do his thing, and he finds this. And he just keeps running past clones. Although the Commander Droid finds this all of a sudden, which genuinely I did not know I was gonna come past this place. So Commander Droid found these guys and ran to the bushes, and somehow they lost the Commander Droid, which is kind of ironic. Fett was mad, so then he turned it on Greedo and killed Greedo. And then he started running back to his ship with the hostages. Boba Fett was threatening the droids that he would kill them if they didn't get into his ship, and the droids listened. Anyway, back in the arcade, these two clones were just doing their thing, just, playing the arcade games. This guy was doing good, and his brother was just waiting, and yeah, that's kind of it. But then Commander Droid really wanted to see what was going on, so Commander Droid went out, and this clone asked him what he was doing here, and shot at him because he was a battle droid. Commander Droid said no, and he wanted to join these guys. I'll call this guy Commander Clone. Commander Clone looked at him with a rifle, shot him once, and Captain Clone, I'm gonna call the blue one, was asking him to stop. And this clone trooper walked in, not thinking anything of the situation. So, Captain Clone shot him and asked him if he could, give up. And, the droid just wanted to, find his friends. So, they discussed it in private, and they eventually agreed to have the droid on their team. So Captain Clone led Commander Droid and looked at this guy, led Commander Droid straight back to their place. And while everyone was wondering why these two clones were escorting a droid back to their place, they realized it was for a good reason, and this battle droid would not hurt them, since the Clone Wars was over, and Camino is kind of the other side of Camino, where some clones did survive. Anyway, that's a little bit lore. So, as the clone accidentally went into Lama Su's office, he didn't really know what was going on. Captain Clone was kind of useless around here. And plus, there was no Clone Wars. Eventually, I did find it though, and here it is. And why have I not opened that yet? Whatever. Anyway, stepped on that and opened up the bathroom. Anyway, the clones realized that the stupid engineer clones had left the shower running, and the clone in the fridge, Captain Clone, just decided that they were going to plan something. Captain Clone was telling them about his backstory and how he wasn't really a trained clone. And neither was Commander Clone. They weren't really trained, but they stole clone armor, and nobody thought of it. Also, this Kaminoan walked in, and Commander Clone, being an idiot, killed the Kamino clone, and not the Kamino. And he got punched twice, and then the alarm went off. The building was now in lockdown with this glaring red, so the clones decided to leave, and punching this guy for no reason, and unfortunately killing this guy, which the clones are not going to regret for some reason, and they're killing the Kaminoans as well. Quickly, and yeah, the building is still locked down. And now they need to escape. They haven't found the exit yet, killing a few Kaminoans along the way, because the security clones are starting to come in. They leave that guy because he's invincible. They leave him as well. And no, they don't. Yeah, they do. And they punch this guy to death, and still keep running. Although the commander clone doesn't, or captain clone doesn't really know where he's going. He found the arcade again, scaring off that other clone, and almost killing this guy, and running and leaving that guy, and scaring these guys, killing him. I don't know what I'm saying at this point. I'm just trying to say random stuff until I actually reach the exit. Anyway, yeah. Should I break the fourth wall a little bit and just leak Ben's benefits, I guess? Because I haven't really been working on it since the new episode, and finally, I'm actually reaching the exit. Anyway, so yeah, I haven't worked on it in a long time. Anyway, they were finally out of the chaos, and as Commander Clone and Captain Clone hit each other for some reason, they decided that they were going to use this V-Wing that was parked. And it was just parked right there for some reason, because clones are lazy. But as they were going through, something bad happened. Yep, security had arrived to the launch pad. So without further ado, Commander Clone almost killed them and ran straight to the ship, going to any planet, any planet. They went straight to space. None of them had any idea how to fly a ship, but they just kind of went with their dreams. They found a Venator in the sky, but they didn't want to go there because it was full of Phase 2 clones, and those guys did not like Phase 1 clones. Also, while I was trying to record this motherfucker dropped out of space, and yeah, that's kind of it for this segment. Also, jumping through hyperspace, they pulled a hold maneuver, and just kind of dropped to Endor, luckily, but there's not really much to talk about in this segment because I'm just going through hyperspace, and yeah, there's that, and I don't know. But finally, they made it to Endor, and my game was saving there, but they made it to Endor. That's the only good thing about this segment. Anyway, looking around, they had no idea what they were going to do or who they were going to kill. They just looked around and killed this Ewok because he looked like a Ben, and his legs fell off the ground. Also, they were going to go kill this mouse droid. And this was before the Empire attacked, so it was really, really nice on Endor. Anyway, they climbed the ladder, and they found something really spectacular. It was Gon Katine. He was running, and he could not... he was running, and then he got killed. Like that. And the clone couldn't believe his eyes. Boba Fett himself. And also, the droids and the clones were making it. Boba Fett was very, very cool. Anyway, everybody started to run. They jumped to hyperspace finally, and while Endor was a nice place and they were only at Endor for a few minutes, they could not risk being